se estará follando. ¡Ay! Y se me olvidaba. Perdona mi torpeza, tú eres moderna. Lo has dejado ir para su progreso, claro, si eres progresista también. Tremenda joyita que nos hemos sacado contigo. ¿Que me calle? No quieres oírme, ¿verdad? No te me excites. Te quedas sentadita donde estás, que no he terminado con mi mandado aún. Mucho respeto que has ganado poniendo la escuelita esa que tienes, el primer instituto de señoritas dominicanas. Te sugiero que lo cambies por el nombre de a primer instituto de putas dominicanas. Eso sería un buen nombre. Solamente a ti se te ocurre. La educación produce mujeres frívolas, coquetas y ligeras. Es una escuela de corrupción de la mujer. Me parece estar escuchando tu discursito, qué horror. Espera, creo que he escrito algo en una servilleta. La mujer necesita fortalecerse con la posesión de la verdad y la moral científica. Tanto que le previne a Nicolás que no te permitiera leer toda esa literatura. Comenzaste con oponerte al laicismo y después escribiendo poesías ajenas a tu condición de mujer. Mucho aprendiste leyendo esas obras clásicas. ¿Qué digo clásicas? Sádicas, más bien. Antígona, Medea, Electra, todas mujeres fuertes, todas rebeldes, que no consiguieron más que descarga y burla de su gente. Te has vuelto una libertina. No. Te vuelvo a ofender. Una positivista. Así le llaman ustedes al libertinaje ahora. Tendremos que crear un nuevo diccionario. Y lo peor es que la gente te aplaude. ¿En qué va a parar esta sociedad? Ahora estás enseñando maestras. Ya veremos cuántas putas más se gradúan. Después querrás gobernar el país, ser héroe patriótica. ¿Cómo? ¿No lo haces por eso? Lo haces por el bienestar de las familias, de la patria. Claro. Sí. Me cuadra la cosa. Lo que deseas es ser la dominicana de los libros. Eso es. Ganarte un espacio en la historia. Todo hombre quiere dejar su marca en la historia. Todos queremos ser recordados después de nuestra muerte. La gran educadora, la heroica doncella Salomé Ureña. ¿Te parece ver tus fotos en las monedas, en los libros, en las enciclopedias, en los teatros? La gran poetisa, doña Salomé Ureña de Enríquez. Oye, hasta histórico, tienes el nombre. Si fueras una buena poetisa, te alejarías del nacionalismo. Dejarías en paz a los gobiernos y abrirías tu poesía fuera de los límites nacionales. ¿Estás segura que es por tu patria o lo has hecho por ti? ¿Lo has hecho por tu patria o por ti, Salomé? Contesta.
Sonido de cambio de luz. Se apresura a tomarlo de los pasos de agua. Oscuridad. Parece Salomé. Salomé sentada en la silla a la que Domingo le hablaba. Está asmática.
¿Quién te ha dado mi dirección, Domingo Corrupción? Que entre mis peores enemigos he de contarte. ¿Cómo te atreves a entrar por mi puerta para destruir la brisa y la calma? Las sombras de las que hablas, corrupción, la han creado para ahogar mis supremas ambiciones, mis anhelos de paz y de progreso. Esta musa levanta sus alas a la gloria y a himnos de victoria, un himno que destruirá lo que tu apellido quieren honrar. La escritura debe tener función de paz, de exaltación de los valores del hombre, estar en combate contra los crímenes de la guerra y de los tiranos. Y son ustedes quienes mancillan esos ideales en mí. Ustedes son los culpables de mi canto desmedido, a la que me hace palpitar de emoción con solo oír su voz. Tal vez no esté yo presente, pero llegará el día en que desde lejos al correcto las cuerdas del suelo de esta tierra les sean dado. Mi patria y su progreso es mi mayor preocupación, y si de ellas ruinas quedan, es gente como tú la que impide florecer. Para tener una patria grande hay que tener 3 aspectos esenciales, Domingo Corrupción: el trabajo para dignificarla, el amor a la ciencia y las artes para darle sentido a la vida, y la paz para que garantice la continuidad de los procesos. ¿Es que es un delito defender los derechos? ¿Es que es delito querer prosperar? ¿No quieres tú tu evolución también? Salve el grito de amor que simboliza progreso y luz y redención y gloria. Y yo que siempre he suspirado, que suspiro aún, que suspiraré siempre mientras aliente para el engrandecimiento moral y material de mi país. Yo adoro esta patria donde he nacido, donde nacieron mis padres y donde mis hijos veo florecer, y le rindo después como tributo de mi labor al recogido fruto. Oh, basta, no vengas a molestarme, que si mi patria bendecida ha de reconocerme algún día la fatigosa lucha de esta hija de su vientre bajo el peso que me oprime, inclinaré mi frente y la corona recibiré. Y aunque millones pisen mi labor, el único que sabe la verdad del corazón es el que todo lo ve.
Tocan a la puerta repentinamente. Luz real en la altura. Cariño, written by Ángel León. Characters, Julia de Burgos, is now 16 years of age and will one day become Puerto Rico's greatest poet. Felipe de la Cruz is a small-time cattle rancher and horse show performer. He's a recovering alcoholic in his mid-30s. Luis de la Cruz worked on his mother's small tobacco farm. He's now about 17 years old and is mainly concerned with having a good time and woman. Cariño is a show horse owned by Felipe. He's famous in the local horse show circuit for his intelligence and beauty. He's now old and died at the Asian age of 35. Setting, by a river's edge in the back country of a small Puerto Rican town, sometime in the early 30s. The time is late afternoon. The village is preparing to celebrate the engagements of Don Moncho's daughter at the family compound near the river. Don Julia is dressed in a white party dress and is looking forward to meeting her handsome suitor, Luis de la Cruz. Scene. The scenes open with the old horse Cariño talking about his life and the first time his master Felipe met Julia.
As I stand here in the meadow, watching the young colts running and playing, I wonder, how many more beautiful days like today will I have before I join my masters once again? I lived a very long and fruitful life at 35 years of age. For a man, that would be close to 100 years. I've eaten the sweetest grass, drank the freshest waters from the mountain streams, and I've had more mares and children than any horse has a right to. Yet here I stand, longing for breakneck rides through the mountains with Felipe, or carrying sacks of tobacco on my back while my master sings songs of the country folk about lost loves and hard times in drinking. I was a show horse, The best in my time. Every few months there were crafts and livestock shows in the many different counties of Puerto Rico. Felipe would wash me down by the river's edge and brush my black coat till it shined to a blue-black tint. And then he would dress me in his finest handmade tack and gear, which was made in Mexico. It was all tooled black leather trimmed in mother of pearl, which sparkled in the sun. Felipe would dress up in his finest black pressed pants and spit-shine shoes to match. His white straw hat was always tipped to one side, and his dress guayabera shirt was always clean and crisp. When we rode through the streets of Old Utuado, all the heads would turn just to see us. We were a sight to see. In our show, Felipe would ask the people from the audience to try to call me over to them and offer me apples and sugar, but I obeyed only the voice of my master. And at the end of the show, he would drink from a jug filled with water, which he would tell everybody, of course, was filled with sugarcane rum. And then he'd pretend to be drunk, and he would fall to the floor, unable to go home. And he would yell, "Cariño, llévame para casa, take me home." Then I would grab him by the back of his belt with my teeth as he lay on the ground, and I would drag him out of the arena. And the people would erupt into a huge applause. And then Felipe and I would both bow to the audience. And as we left the arena, then he would yell once again, "Baila, cariño, baila!" And then I would start to dance with my front legs in front of everybody, going around the dance, all around the arena. And then the people again would give us a huge applause, and this would be our grand finale. How I miss those glorious, glorious times before his life changed once again. Before he met young Julia de Burgos, the woman that would become Puerto Rico's premier poet. I'll never forget the day that I first saw Julia standing in the middle of the river that led to Don Moncho's compound. Felipe was going to the big engagement party of Don Moncho's daughter to the local postman Tito. We were both dressed in our finest, and we had started to cross the river, which had grown too high from the morning rains for anyone to cross the deep middle on foot. But from my back, Felipe was safe and dry. And then we saw a young girl running into the river from the other side, coming toward us. When we both reached the middle, it was obvious that she could go no further. It was then that my master spoke the words that would change our lives forever.
I hate you! I hate you! Estúpido sucio!
Julia runs towards the river edge and starts to cross. The river is higher and swifter than usual, making her efforts much harder. Just before reaching the middle, she realizes that she can go no further. Suddenly, she sees a man crossing the river towards her on a horseback. She panics because she cannot go forward, and to return to the riverbank with me facing him and all the others. Julia finally starts back to the shore when she hears a voice from the riverbank.
Cariño, stop.
My name is not Cariño, and I appreciate if you didn't call me that, sir. I don't know you, and I don't like being called that in such a familiar way.
Well, actually, miss, I was not talking to you. I was talking to my horse. His name is Cariño.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Miss, it's all right. It was just a misunderstanding. Are you all right? Is something troubling you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. It's not you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Your beautiful white dress is getting ruined in the muddy water. Did you just leave the party before it has even begun? Come, and let me make you back to the party. There, you can dry off, have something to drink, and have a good time.
Oh, God, no. I will never set foot back there again, for as long as I live.
Hey, what happened? What happened that has upset you so much? If you don't mind my asking.
I was supposed to meet a boy at the party. He has been after me for days to go with him. I'm not like the other girls who go with anybody. I'm from a good family, and I respect myself. I also have plans for the future, and I do not want to be like all the others.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that, but you still haven't told me what happened.
Well, when I got to the middle of Don Moncho's compound, I started looking for him. There were a lot of people talking and drinking and dancing. Then, I saw him. Him and her. He was sitting on one of the rocks on the compound, and sitting on his lap was a woman. Not a girl, a woman twice his age. And she had her arm around his neck, and was laughing and drinking. And then I saw him kiss her. Oh God, I wanted to die.
Did the boy see you? What was his reaction? What happened?
When he finally saw me, he jumped to his feet, knocking the woman to the ground. She started cursing him, saying, ¿Qué carajo te pasa a ti? Estás loco! He ignored her and started towards me, yelling, Julia, wait, you got it all wrong. She means nothing to me, wait! The woman looked at me, and then she slapped him, and then she hit him with her fist. I was humiliated in front of all those people. I started running blindly into the river, this raging river, not knowing whether to go back or forward.
Well, I was going to the party myself, but I'd be more happy to take you anywhere you like to go.
Oh, sure. I'm going to go with a perfect stranger to who knows where. All you men are alike. You just want to take advantage of women, and then any chance you get, and then brag to your friends about how cunning and irresistible you are. You think that women are stupid. That all our little minds think about is having you take care of us and make babies. Well, I'm not one of them.
My goodness, you must be a bruja. A witch with the power of knowing all about other people's minds, their family history and their heart, without that person uttering a single word. That's quite a gift.
Again, I'm sorry. You have been nothing less than unkind to me, and I return that kindness with venom and anger. It's just that I'm not very trusting right now. And I'm sure your wife would not like to hear that you've been seen with a strange woman.
My wife Tina died many years ago, not long after we were married.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me for asking, but what happened?
Okay, we had been married for 6 months when she went to visit her baby brother who worked as a farm hand on the asparagine fields in the United States, in a place called New Jersey. I stayed behind because we just didn't have enough money for the two of us. She practically raised Alfredo and loved him dearly. While he worked the fields, she would pack the crates of asparagus for him and would not leave his side. At the end of the days, the trucks would come and pick up the crates to be brought to market. Tina was standing next to one of the trucks when it hit a hole in the road, overturning all the crate on top of her. The men desperately tried to save her, but she died before she got to the hospital, which was an hour's drive away. Afterwards, Alfredo took to drinking and was found hanging from an electrical cord 3 months later. It nearly destroyed both our families.
So sorry.
It's all right. It's been many years now, and I put my trust in God, and my heart has to work on my ranch. I do know what you mean about men. But not all men are alike. I have two brothers. We share the same mother and father, the same upbringing, yet we are as 90s today. My older brother has been married since he was 16 years old. He's a very humble man of few words. From before sunup, he works on his tobacco fields until late afternoon, when you see him on his little horse riding home on the windy mountain roads. He lives for his wife and children. But on the other hand, my baby brother lives for his own pleasures. Instead of tending to our mother's coffee fields, he spends his days running with his friends, cooking stolen chickens from the neighbors, and drinking homemade rum he has hidden in the mountains. He romances as many girls as he can, and lies to them about how he loves them, how one day he will take them to America and buy them a brick house with a running water and an indoor bathroom. Of course, he's too busy to go to school or work when there are so many unattended housewives at home. Well, now that I've told you about myself, I guess I should tell you that my name is Felipe, and you already met my companion, Cariño.
Cariño bows.
You see, Julia, not all men are the same. You can't just judge a rooster by the color of its feathers, and you can judge a person by an incident. Perhaps there is more to your young man's story than meets the eye. You may have judged him too quickly without giving him the chance to give you his side of the story.
Maybe you're right. I know I have a bad temper, and I tend to fly off the handle. It's just that I'm passionate about things. I hate injustice and lies. Most men. I hate the way most men, are with women. And that our beautiful paradise island has never been free. That's why I write poetry. To express all the bottled up feelings I have inside about so many things that, as a woman, I'm supposed to keep quiet about. It frustrates me. I feel like I will explode.
Maybe one day you'll visit Cariño and me, and you'll read your poetry to us.
I don't think Cariño understands my poetry.
Again, you're rushing to judge. Cariño, he's the most intelligent horse in all of Puerto Rico. He has many medals and awards to prove it. If you read your poetry to him, he may give you a private performance of his many tricks. Isn't that right, Cariño?
Cariño shakes his head in agreement to the astonished and delighted Julia.
So, what do you say if Cariño and I give you a ride back to the party where you and your friend can have a chance to start again? Would you like that?
Julia is about to answer when she hears a shout from the riverbank.
Julia! Julia! My God, I've been looking for you all over. Where are you going? Please come back and let me explain. The woman meant nothing to me. You had the door room. Please come back.
Julia smiles and starts back to the other side of the river. Luis tries to recognize the men on horseback.
Felipe? Felipe, is that you? What are you doing with my girlfriend?
Do you know Luis?
I've known him all my life. He is my baby brother.
Felipe, are you coming to the party? Come, there is food, drink, and lots of women. I introduce you. Come on, hurry up. You are missing the party.
No, hermano, no. I was on my back to my house to prepare for a horse show tomorrow in Lares. You have a good time. It's been a pleasure meeting you, young miss. I guess the next time we meet, it will be with Luis. Buenos dias.
He starts to turn Karina around to leave.
Julia, hurry up! We are missing the party. Come, let's go.
Felipe, wait!
Felipe ignores her and continues to cross back to the shore.
Cariño, párate! Ven aquí!
Carino stops and returns to Julia. Felipe is surprised at Carino, who only obeys his force, but does not stop.
Will you and Cariño please take me to my uncle's house on the other side of the mountains?
Will you recite some of your poetry to us?
Yes, I'd love to.
Well, since Carino seems to have a new master, perhaps I'd better listen too.
Julia gives her hand to Felipe and climbs on Carino's back, and they start to ride away.
Hey, where are you going? The party's this way. God, Felipe, Julia, wait a minute.
This was the beginning of the end for Felipe and Julia. As the rivers of Puerto Rico twist and turn, so too did their romance, until finally Julia went her own way in pursuit of her dreams. The jug that had always been filled with water from our shows with Felipe were now filled with rum. Within a couple of years, I lost my master, to the great master of us all, great and small. His heart and his will had been broken for the last time. It was now time for him to rest. For many peaceful years thereafter, I lived with Felipe's older brother, Manuel, the tobacco farmer, until one day he was found hanging from a tree. The local police said it was an obvious suicide, but only I and 2 other men know the truth. From that day till today, I've served the youngest brother, Luis. His life has been as colorful as the lives of his 2 brothers put together. The boy who started life brash and concerned for only himself was transformed due to tragic events into the loving patriarch of the family. As gentle a soul as Manuel and as wise as Felipe have ever been. There are so many stories that I would like to share with you about my life and the lives of these men and their families. But I know that my time here is short, and I only hope that I will see you one more time before I go home to Felipe and Manuel, so that I can share with you at least one more story.
Fin de la obra.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our first program. I'd like to call the playwrights to take a bow. in this program.
Playwrights. Come on.
I'd also like to call our staging director up here to take a bow. Yes, you, my chief stage. And I would also like to call Carmen Rivera up here to take a picture with us. I would like you to say some words of inspiration, since you've inspired us so far. The next step.
Well, I thank you all for coming. This is a really exciting day. It's really hard to write a play, but it's also, there's a lot of joy in it. And they were all amazing. You see the work they worked really hard on their work and their stories. And it's hard also to write about a real person. and then tape, and then they wrote poetry on top of that, and I think that they've done a tremendous work in creating these very unique stories, and I really enjoyed being with these young writers.
And not so young, right?
I know. It was a really great experience. I think Alicia's done a wonderful thing in creating this workshop to bring out new voices, and I thank her for inviting me to participate.
And I'd like to thank Otilio Diaz,
Yes.
que está there
Otilio.
for allowing us to play. And I'd like to invite all of you to enjoy our reception. If you want, stay for the second program, and you'll meet other playwrights and other actors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
See how we're doing. Yeah, it's actually still running. Hold on.